Did you know you're doing mornings wrong and it has absolutely nothing to do with waking up earlier? If your mornings feel rushed, scattered, or like you're already behind even before you've had coffee, it's not because you're lazy or disorganized. It's because you start the day by reacting. And here's the truth, you're probably making decisions that should have already been made. You're looking for things that should have already been in their place, and you're putting out tiny fires that don't even need to exist. So here's what we're going to do instead. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you my night before setup that makes tomorrow so much smoother immediately. It's not a long routine. It's not a glow up lifestyle. It's a simple reset that is just going to remove the morning scramble. And I want you to try it tonight because guess what? Tomorrow morning, you are going to feel the difference fast. So let's dive right in. I'm Nancy and I teach simple planning for women who want to feel organized again. This is the same routine I use when I know tomorrow could get messy. Here's the real reason mornings go wrong. Most mornings fall apart for two reasons. The first one is you wake up to decisions you didn't make. And the second one is you wake up to stuff you can't find. So you burn your best energy on tiny problems before you've even had your coffee. And that is why you feel behind by 9 a.m. So what I want you to realize is the fix isn't try harder in the morning. The fix is set up tomorrow the night before. So let's talk about the challenge here. Here's the test. I want you to do this just once. And tomorrow morning, I think you'll notice two things right away. You're not wandering around trying to figure out what you're going to do first. And you're not wandering around hunting for things like a list, your keys, or your brain. And the goal here is not perfection. The goal is an easier start to tomorrow. So step number one, we're going to sit down and do this tonight. We're going to do a brain dump. And this is important because it's a way to get all those open tabs that are floating around in your head, things you think you have to remember, just getting them all out on paper so they're not stuck swirling around up there anymore. And if this happens to you, let me know, because there have been many nights where I lie in bed just about to fall asleep and I think, oh, don't forget to call that place tomorrow. Oh, and I need to do that one thing. And why am I remembering this right now as I'm trying to fall asleep? And it's because your brain is not resting. It's running a background checklist, and that's what's keeping you from being able to fall asleep. So grab anything you've got. It could be your planner, a sticky note, a scrap paper, the notes app on your phone, and just set a little 1-minute timer and write down any loose end that you can think of. Anything that you know you have to get done this week or tomorrow, write all those things down. And that could be appointments, errands, calls, things you need to buy, things you need to remember, anything that keeps popping up in your head. Just get that all down on paper. And you don't need to organize this. It does not need to be a pretty list. Just out of your head onto paper. And when you do this, the magic is your brain stops babysitting you all night and you can actually go to sleep. And you're not going to forget any of those things because you've written them down. So step number 2, we're going to pick tomorrow's top 3. Now we're going to choose your top 3. And this is not the whole to-do list we just made. It's 3 things that are important that will make tomorrow feel like a win, even if the rest of the day gets really messy. And you know, I think it's funny because when you have a lot to do, you might have that list of 10 things or more that you have to get done, and your morning really tends to go sideways when you wake up with all 10 of those priorities on your brain and no order to them. Your brain goes into thinking they all have to get done, they're all super important, and I have to do them right now. And then you kind of get paralyzed and you don't get anything done. And you end up being tired and the important things might not actually get completed. So by having this top 3 list, that fixes the problem. Because what it's going to do is it's going to give tomorrow a very clear point. Now, one of the biggest things is, how do I pick them? They all seem really important. I have to get them all done. So what I want you to do is look at your brain dump and ask yourself, if I do 3 of these things, which 3 are going to make tomorrow feel successful? And here's some examples of them. They don't have to be huge, life-altering decisions. Here's some examples. Call the doctor, finish the outline, go for a walk, pay the bill, go grocery shopping. And a quick note on all of these, they should be doable. And if tomorrow's schedule is already packed, your top 3 should get smaller. because the goal of the top 3 is just to help give you direction. It's not to pressure you into feeling like you have more to do. It's just to get you moving in the direction you really want to be going. So step 3 on the list is to make the first move easy. Here's what most people skip. They make a plan, but they don't set up the first move. So tomorrow comes and the plan dies right in the doorway because everything is still hard. So let me explain a little bit more on this. Setting things up comes with a little bit of friction. And it's all those little tiny obstacles that make you think, oh, I'll do it later. And these friction points look like this. You plan to work out, but your shoes are buried in the back of your closet and your leggings are still in the dryer. You plan to make phone calls, but you can't find the numbers and you don't know where you wrote them down. You plan to work on a project, but your laptop isn't charged and your desk is covered in yesterday's chaos. You plan to leave on time, but your keys are missing and you're hunting for your bag, which you swear was right here. And you know what? What's funny is none of these things are a big deal on their own, but stacked together, they steal your morning and they keep you from working towards your goals. So tonight, you're not going to do the whole task. You're just going to remove those obstacles and friction points that are keeping you from getting your tasks done tomorrow. So for example, if your goal is to exercise, you're going to dig out the sneakers tonight and the leggings out of the dryer, and you're going to put them right at the end of your bed so that they're ready to be put on first thing in the morning. Or if you have phone calls you need to make, you're going to go find the book where you know you wrote them down, or keep looking for it until you find it. Get out the numbers, have them right on the center of your desk so that you can make the calls right away tomorrow. Or if you're planning on working on a project, you're going to go for tomorrow, you're going to go charge your computer, clean off your desk, make sure it's nice and neat, have your computer charged on your desk and ready to go. And the last one, you're rushing around looking for your keys and your bag. You're going to get those out. You're going to find them. Put your keys on the counter or right next to the door. Find your bag, make sure it's ready to go and near the door. So when you're on your way out, you have your bag and keys and out the door you go. And by doing these little tasks, you're removing less friction points and you're creating a clear starting line for yourself. And just by doing that, in 1 minute, your whole tomorrow is going to feel so much lighter and ready to go. So in step number 5 I have for you is to set your morning anchor. And this is your last step, your morning anchor. And it's the one sentence that's going to anchor your brain the second you wake up. Okay, what are we doing first? When you don't answer that ahead of time, you start the day deciding, scrolling, wandering, and suddenly it's 9:30 and you've done nothing that counts. So what I want you to do is write one simple start line. Keep it simple and realistic. So here's some examples. Coffee, top 3, then get dressed. Easy, you can do that. Here's another one. School drop off, then 20 minutes at my desk. Another example is 10-minute walk, then the day can start. Or here's another one. Shower and then do one hard thing. The key is you're not going to be planning your whole day. You're just creating a clean starting line. For tomorrow morning, you've already decided what's first. So now let's talk about some mistakes to avoid, because this is where the system can get really messed up. The first one is people try to make this perfect. It's not perfect, and it doesn't have to be. They also try to add 10 extra steps. The whole key is to keep it really simple, just by removing the friction so that you'll actually do the things that you want to do. And by adding all those steps, they quit doing this whole thing by Thursday. So keep it small and keep it repeatable. And when I'm saying I want you to do this right now, if you only have 2 minutes, just do 2 minutes. The win here is not to build chaos into your evening. The goal is to build a quick and easy nighttime routine to get yourself ready for the next day so that you win all day tomorrow. So here's a quick recap. Tonight, I want you to do a 1-minute brain dump. Then pick tomorrow's top 3, set up your first move, and write your morning anchor. Tops, that is 5 minutes. And tomorrow will feel much calmer because you've made all these decisions in advance. Now, I want you to try this tonight. And then tomorrow, come back in the comments and tell me, did your morning feel easier? Yes or no? And what's the one thing that usually throws off your mornings? Let me know. I love hearing from you. Happy planning, and I'll see you in the next video.